The information I have can save your life. I know you think you know what BS is. You don't. Now, I've heard people from Memphis that are always saying, well, that's barbecue sauce. Wrong. Toastmasters, it's not a bad speech. Every cowboy worth their salt can tell you that BS is bully short. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most important guests, Bully Short, or BS as his friends called him, was the meanest bull you'll ever meet. In fact, when he was a bull calf, you'd find him at the playground, pulling the heifers' tails, taking their Barbie calves and pulling their heads off, pushing the bull calves down and taking their candy and breaking their bikes. He was mean. When he grew up, he didn't change. In fact, he's the one that started graffiti. If you go down and look, you can see BS written everywhere. Now, the police would try to tell him to stop the graffiti, and he says, no, I'm just putting on my brand. Well, I first met BS by accident. I was coming home from a dance late at night. The barn light was on, and I could hear voices. So I snuck in to see who was in the barn. And to my shock, there was BS telling his friends and his gang that he was going to take over the world. He said he had proof the grass was greener on the other side of the fence. Well, I was getting nervous and shaky, and I kicked the bucket. That darn milk bucket was there. BS, I looked right in his eyes, and I saw that meanness. Now, I'm an old cowboy, and I'm not one to get scared. But I decided this was a good time to take the doctor's advice and get some exercise. I went running. And I headed straight to the Bovine Protection Agency. You may have heard them of the BPA. There I told them my story of woe. And their eyes got big, their face went white. They grabbed me, put me in an airplane, and flew me clear over to Pamplona, Spain. They said BS would never find me here. And I knew that BS would someday find me. And Pamplona, Spain was very boring. Nothing happened. I used to think, what's worse, being here or being found by BS? Well, the city council and mayor decided they were going to have some fun. And they said, come out in July and there's going to be a big festival. And you're going to see excitement that you will never have seen before. So I went down early to get a good seat. Stopped at a restaurant and ordered my lunch and decided to walk across the street. And I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for two things: allergies and potato chips. As I stepped off the street and started to walk over to get some allergy medicine, my eyes started to water and I didn't see BS over in the audience. Luckily, I brought my small Texas handkerchief. Didn't want to have any pollen on, so I'm shaking it off, and BS is mad. He's coming a dead run, he's right at me. Just before he gets to me, the waiter says, "Senor, you forgot your potato chips." And I said, "Oh, please." The wind went by so quick, my eyes dried out, and I turned around, and there was BS. I took off down the street, he started charging. And I was running as fast as I could go. He was right behind me. You could hear the screams, people getting thrown over the back, bones breaking, yells. I went down another street. He was right behind me. Nowhere to go. I'm getting tired, and I said, I got to stop sometime. I finally saw my chance. There was a fence. No one was on it. I grabbed it, swung myself over, and as BS went by, I grabbed his credit card, and he had to stop. Look, any cowboy knows you want to stop a bull from charging, you take his credit card. Then the craziest thing happened. The mayor, the city council came over and patted him on the back and said, "This is great. This is the excitement we're looking for in Pamplona." They asked him to stay for the rest of the week and chase people up and down the streets. That was strange to me. I didn't know why anyone would want to run from BS. Pamplona said, "No, we like this so much. Can you come back every year? We want to call this the running of the bulls." Now, you don't have to take my word. If you're foolish enough to find out, you go over to Pamplona the 1st of July. You too can get in front of BS and his friends. And as you're running down the street with him right behind you, ask yourself this question. Is this BS or is this just some other bull?